thought I fell to the temptation until the devil's way. I laughed at them and they stood back and they said I wasn't welcome back to their church today. I was glad to see them practicing the love they say that they believe, the same forgiveness that they preach and teach. Well, each is on another kingdom's throne, cares more for me than they believe.
Hi, I'm Robert Cuevas and I'm here with Johnny Costello, more commonly known around the city of El Paso as Johnny Costello. Alright, Johnny, now I'd like to first off say that one of the things I noticed that you're very tall. How tall are you exactly?
I'm a giant and I drive a little scooter. I'm almost 6'5", I think.
6'5", right?
When I wear my nice cowboy boots, I think I'm definitely 6'5".
With a height like that, most people probably think that you play sports. Is that something you do?
Yeah, I played, I guess growing up I always played basketball. And then I finally gave up sports. This was like a year ago. We were playing, me and some friends, they played in a band called the Lusitania. We were goofing off, playing basketball at UTEP, in a Memorial Gym. And I went up to try to dunk it and this guy just pushed my legs out. And I just snapped my arm bones that way. So I was like, that's it, no more trying to be athletic. I'm sticking to music. I will be lazy and a musician.
Where were you born?
I was born in Arlington, Virginia. Kind of grew up first 5 years of my life in Germany. And then moved back to the States, bounced around, lived everywhere. And then grew up predominantly in Dallas, Texas.
How long were you there for, would you say?
Elementary school, junior high, high school. Yeah, a long time. Oh, and then I bounced around, moved down to College Station, went to school, moved to Chicago for a while, Philly, New York.
And what made you come to El Paso?
I started dating a girl that was, I knew her from Dallas and her family was from El Paso. So it brought me out here and then just ended up sticking around. I don't know why. It's kind of when you've lived in every major city and the hustle bustle is fun. it's fun to have energy and walk out of your apartment or wherever you're living and just be okay, something's going on. But then in moving to El Paso, it's so nice to just I guess not have pressure to have anything going on and just allowed to kind of do art and create and not have so many influences coming at you.
So it's a girl?
Yeah.
Are you still with her?
No.
No. What are you majoring in at UTEP?
Communications. Yeah.
Do you plan on having that?
I don't know. I guess maybe if music fails and I just end up doing it on the side or something like that, maybe I'll go into news broadcasting or something. School's never really been my thing. I always get very sidetracked. Believe it or not, music started off just as another hobby. I've gone through so many hobbies like basketball, playing tennis, acting, modeling, so much random stuff, and then music was the only thing I found that was honest and had emotion in it that I could identify with, and so that's why I think it just stuck around.
What sort of things did you model actually?
Kind of just odd stuff, just different stuff like JCPenney's and stuff, cheesy stuff like that.
Well, it's not cheesy at all, I shop there.
Yeah, then I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Studying at UTEP, how long have you been there?
I think 3 years. So I've officially milked my college career, I don't know how many years now. So I've been going to UTEP for 3 years, full-time, part-time sometimes. Yeah, for 3 years. 3 years. It's crazy.
And how much longer do you plan on staying in El Paso?
Man, I keep having ideas to move and really start pursuing stuff, and then I keep having just emotions to stay. Yeah, it's comfortable, but also at the same token, it's you meet really good people here, and I kind of you meet a lot of honest people here, and so it's kind of why lose that? That's not something you find in every city, so why leave that just so you can further a career doing something? So I think I'm at the point of a realization of what do I want.
What do you want?
No one can answer that.
So funny. Well, where did you learn to sing?
I don't sing. I talk really loudly on a microphone. Occasionally I tell a joke here and there. No, I just, I remember for a while I always wanted to sing. I've always wanted to be a musician. I just never knew I could. I never knew, I guess I had a voice to do so. So then it took I did vocal lessons, vocal coaches, probably wasted so much money trying to learn the art of singing. And then finally I just started writing songs and then through the emotion connected with my real voice. And then I realized it's kind of something you can't teach yourself. You can't teach yourself to sing. You can, obviously people do and they do it very well, but I guess I authentically couldn't do it. So I just kind of I found out who I was, and then I found out how to voice who I was.
It's a beautiful voice, if I'm to be honest.
Thank you.
Did you always want to be a musician?
Well, there was a point in my life when I wanted to be a soccer player during the week and a pastor on the weekends. And then that kind of fizzled out. And then I played a song earlier that you'll probably hear and you'll kind of realize how that fizzled out. But yeah, I think so. Like I grew up in a very, I guess kind of just a conservative home that was very we always went to church. My parents were very involved in church things. I was like, well, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna at least play guitar for it. And that's kind of what attracted me to actually going to church or doing anything at church. The majority of people were all just kind of in a standstill, treading water, and being oh, what do I do? Oh, and we're exhausted from swimming in the water, but we're not really happy. We're not really moving forward. So I think music was awesome because it gave me somewhere to go in a direction to do something.
That's really good. What instruments do you play?
Play well. I play guitar pretty well. That's it. Everything else I tinker with. Drum sets, horrible. I can't keep a beat. I think that's why probably no one wants to play in a band with me. No, but that's why I play solo. I like playing solo because you can kind of control the pace of it. It's fun playing solo because there's more of a connection to your audience. You can slow something down and maybe stare at somebody. Someone's really feeling, you can just slow it down, really speak the words that you're trying to say, or something like that.
And how long have you been performing?
Maybe 2 years, something like that. Started with open mics. Started with friends being very generous and letting me open for them. And then it started with me opening for bigger people, and then me not headlining, but me playing last.
How would you describe your music to someone that's either heard it or hasn't heard it?
I always typically say folk rock blues. I hint between maybe a Jack White style of blues with rock and roll, but then it blends down to a Conor Oberst or a Josh Ritter delivery of just simple lyrics, played with a nice chord progression, very honest but very written, very well.
And I've heard you're going to be releasing an EP, correct?
Coming up, yeah, fastly approaching. There's a lot of cool things going in production of just the show in general. The CD release is going to be December 16th at Tricky Falls, a new venue. It's 209 El Paso Street. Tickets are on sale right now, holdmyticket.com. They're $8 pre-sale, $10 at the door. It's gonna be a donation. Bring a coat, wear a coat, bring a coat. So it's getting cold as shit. So bring an extra coat if you have it. So that'd be cool.
What's the album title?
Oh, it's called Crossroads of the Southern Pacific.
Is there anything you want to maybe say or add to myself or an audience out there?
No. Come check out the CD release. It'll be fun. It's gonna be a cool show.
And I just want to thank you again very much for having me.
Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, all right.
I laughed at them and they stood back and they said I wasn't welcome back to their church today. I was glad to see them practicing the love they say that they believe, the same forgiveness that they preach and teach. Well, each is on another kingdom's throne, cares more for me than they believe, and all their rules and regulations are shit. Cause you can't write rules to get to love. You call it a church when you're more of a club where people meet to feel better about their week. I think I may be a little visionary, cause one thing I find that's truly scarce, they care more about sight than a soul. The good book reads, it don't matter what you see, it don't matter that you see, as long as you will be true to your soul and kind in all you do. I think it's funny how in all beliefs typically have the same belief that the truth, their truth will set you free. But this man does it his way, and you will do it your way, and you both choose to agree to disagree. But when will you learn that experience is a teacher and everyone's experience will differ, and that all trails, they lead to the same peak? Well, maybe Jimi Hendrix said it best, that the world will never rest till the power of love overcomes the love of power. And I hope in my day to see this change and be this change so we can rearrange our focus back to where it's deserved. That's it. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Steve.
Think it'll be in your album?
No.
No?
I don't know if I've ever played that song. I was just like, man, that'd be a cool time to play that song.
No, it really is.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna put it in there. Make a little music video. Alright. Yeah, that was really good.
Thanks, man.
Got it. Stop.